are they where you think they should be? Or do you think about where they should be, or a little bit behind where you thought they would be at this point, but a little bit ahead of where Penn State was going to
I think
be
they're
a
where I
year
thought
ago?
they'd be. I mean, Rich mentioned 11-1. I think I said 11-1 and didn't have them making the playoffs, which we weren't quite sure how that was going to work out. And I'm really not sure how that's going to work out. But I think my one right now that's a question would be Michigan. I mean, the Ohio State team that I've seen twice, decent portion of, I feel Penn State's better than they are, at least of what I've seen. And I know that may be different 2 weeks from now when they play. So yeah, I think they're. I mean, the defense is just super, and it's hard for me. Again, back to the Penn State offenses of yore when it was just enough to win, and you were happy to score enough points to win. And I'm not. They're doing better than them. With 30 some points a game for how many games now? 10, 11. So they're yeah where I thought they'd be, maybe a little ahead even.
Yeah, I've been trying to like think about that and reflect on that lately. And I'm not sure. I really am not. I think defensively, yes, 100%. They are far ahead of where I thought they were going to be. I thought they were going to be good, but I didn't think they were going to be this good. Rich mentioned it as well. I just don't know if I can ever remember a Penn State unit coming together the way this defense has come together. Like you can't find a weak spot. And even at line, which we thought was going to be the weak spot, they have answered those questions. And then they've also found ways to work around that schematically as well. I think the offense, I think people are are rightly anxious about the fact that there haven't been the explosive long runs, maybe some deeper throws. I think that is one thing that we've seen a lot from James Franklin over the last however many years is he's very smart in the way he rolls out his offensive packages, his game plans, so that you do put some things on tape, but maybe not everything on tape, and kind of build confidence in certain ways. And I think that's what we're experiencing now. I think that's why I think we haven't necessarily seen those. But again, like you just said, it's very hard to gripe about 30 points. They're putting up the points at a rate that we like. I don't think I can't really remember an offense that has done this other than maybe the 2016 offense that has been this consistently good every game. And I think that's important. And I think special teams is the one thing that makes me the most anxious about this team right now. But I think they're also one big play away from erasing all of that anxiety from me. They turned the game in Iowa. That was, as you mentioned, that was your snowball moment of the game. They we still haven't really seen a big long run. It felt like there might have been one coming after that Illinois game. Didn't quite matriculate, but I think that is. I think all of that is to say, for all of the grumbling that we have done collectively, Penn State fans have done, I think it's all nitpicking right now, and it's a 5-0 football team that can looks like it can do some serious damage in the country.
Yeah, I think the only thing, maybe receiver. I mean, Dante Cephas, right, as a transfer. I think we were led to believe, I was led to believe as a casual fan, that this kid was going to come in and make an immediate impact. Just the way it was treated, just the way it sounded. Hasn't happened for whatever reason. And that feels like nitpicking. And the other thing is the quarterback was the thing we talked about at the beginning of the year. Can he be good? There hasn't been a turnover yet, right? Like, I don't think anybody would have said, okay, 5 games, not going to have a turnover. Would you take that? Everybody'd say, well, yeah, if that's what the quarterback does. So, yeah.
I think, yeah, I think the wide receiver thing is interesting, right? Like Harrison Wallace has been hurt for however many games now. And I like I've always liked him a little bit more than I've actually liked Keandre Lambert Smith, who has solidified the number one spot, right? But the wide receiver thing was bizarre because there was all this hype, and maybe that was hype not from the program itself, but hype from those that cover the program, those that watch and the us of the program, so to speak. That's where it was coming from, and it has felt a little flat. But I feel like that position, it hasn't taken a step back. And I think that's there. It's very hard to find a spot on this Penn State roster right now where they've taken a step back.
Right.
And usually by this point in the season, there's a couple places where you're like, yeah, they might have taken a step back. like from the start of the season to the end of the season. I don't think they've done that at all. Okay.